So this video you're about to see is me using these baits for the first time. By no means am I an established swim bait angler. I'm still learning. There's so much to learn and so many different types of swim baits. I've just scratched the surface, but I figure why not film it, you know, just so people could see what's going on and see mistakes that I've made and hopefully learn from them, and we'll go from there. But I'm also hoping we'll get a fish or two today, so stay tuned. Beautiful fish, color-wise, but not very big. So let's take a moment to review what we're using today. First, the bait, we're using a Beast Coast Miyagi Swimmer. It's 4 3/4 inches long. It's basically a paddle tail. It's very buoyant in the water, but one thing I like about this bait is, look at that channel for that hook. That really goes up there. Allows the hook to stay nice and close to the bait's body. The hook tip still comes through nicely, but by having this smaller profile against the bait, it really allows it to swim through some thicker cover, such as brush piles and things. The hook I'm using is a weighted owner Beast hook. It's a 6/0. I'm throwing it on my brand new 8-foot Leviathan swim bait rod. This is the Omega swim bait. It's a medium heavy action, moderate fast taper. I enjoy the moderate fast because it's great for when you're throwing baits with treble hooks. You don't have too much pull on that fish to pull those hooks through. As far as the reel, I'm using a Shimano Tranx 300. Now, if you've seen my other videos, I'm a huge fan of Daiwa, but I also love Shimano. Why I went with the Tranx over the Lexa 300 is it's a slightly smaller body, and it weighs slightly less too, so it's a little bit more comfortable to use than the Lexus 300. Just a great reel, lots of power. Has a 7:2-to-1 gear ratio. A little fast, but I swapped out the power handle for the double paddle handle, and it just does a beautiful job on this rod. Throwing lighter baits, so I'm using lighter line, 25-pound Vicious Fishing no fade braid with a 30-pound Vicious Fishing fluorocarbon leader. And so far it's gotten the job done. Let's see if we can get some fish. This is a learning experience for me, so this is not something I know how to do a lot. I'm learning as I go. You know, and really one of the easiest ways to learn a new technique is just to take it out and try it, and to ask questions on social media and stuff. You know, for example, one of the things I'm learning now is, you know, how to tell when the bait's going through cover and bouncing off weeds compared to when a fish takes it. Secondly is I just got my first fish on it. You know, there was already 3 fish on it today. Clearly they were fish because the line was going to one side and I felt the noshing of the bait, and you know, I just completely I didn't stick them. I didn't get the job done. So really I'm learning, but I'm filming the video because who knows, maybe I do something today that, you know, may help one of you. But swimbait fishing's cool. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I have a long ways to go in really understanding that part of fishing, but man, it can be fun. They're coming at it. Son of a beeswax, I can't get that hook set. Okay. They're here. I've noticed that using a weighted swim bait hook, you know, it's got a thick weight on it. Obviously you can get different weights on these hooks, but when they bounce through weeds, it's not like a snag, but you're gonna feel the bumps because that weight is on the bottom of the hook and it's gonna get caught up a little bit in things. But I've noticed after landing that fish and a couple bites I got earlier, there is a distinct difference obviously in what I'm feeling. So that's something I'm learning as I go here. So what I just did was bringing it through the timber and having the weight here on the bottom of the hook bounce off that timber, because you see the top of the hook is embedded into the bait. So I was trying to hit that timber there, and a couple times I just completely went right through it without touching. I wanted to get a reaction strike, and as soon as I hit one of the smaller ones on the front side of that grass mat, that's when the fish was on. Again, he wasn't very big, but that's textbook. That's a reaction strike. That's exactly what I was looking for. Granted, it would have been great if it were 11, 12 pound bass instead of an 11, 12 inch bass, but hey, when you want to do something and it works and you get a fish, you really can't complain. There we go. There we go. Stuck him. Like that was just some weeds I went through right there. It was a sudden thump, but that was it. When I went to this little weed pile, where, you know, if it's a fish like the one I caught, you're gonna feel, or what I felt was a couple, you know, like a couple thumps. You know, he was chewing the bait. He was chewing the bait and he was taking off with it. The line moved. There was a distinct difference in the thumping and the feeling I was getting. The sensitivity of the rod really helps, that's for sure. I'm actually using a medium heavy. It's rated for 1 to 4 ounce baits. I got this one because I think the heaviest swim bait I have, hard bait, is about 2 ounces. So I didn't need a really thick, heavy action rod. Again, I'm just learning this sport, and I'm not even close to being one of these guys that throws the 7, 8, 9 inch baits for bass.